Hello, everybody. This is Deborah with an exciting development here in Rhonda as we work to make the soil healthier, as we work to educate small farmers on the importance of compost and heirloom seeds, as we work to I don't want to say teach because a lot of them already know about companion planting so that when you plant certain plants near each other, rather than compete for nutrients, they actually help support one another. And corn and beans are an example of that. So, right now, you're looking at a plot that I planted, and I'll show you the border. See this border I put down? See the rocks and the seeds? And then if you look beyond, you see the far end. And then if you notice, some of the soil is a lighter color than the soil underneath. That lighter dusting is the compost that we put on yesterday. So this particular plot, we are checking on our theories and our beliefs in the ancient wisdom of planting companion plants. And they say corn and beans go very well together because the beans can use the corn to climb up the stalks, and they don't compete for nitrogen, I don't think. And one of them, I think, is nitrogen fixing, meaning that it brings nitrogen, I think, from the air into the soil. Yeah, I'm not an agronomist. I'm not a botanist. So I'm a psychologist. So I would be more concerned about whether these plants respond to me talking to them than what goes on with them physiologically. But I have been doing some reading, and I read that plants actually have immune systems. So when you strengthen the soil, you strengthen the plant. So that's why we do this composting, is we want healthy soil so we have healthier plants, plants that can resist disease, plants that can resist pests. And companion planting, that brings us back to companion planting. Companion planting not only can help the plants involved, but it can also help prevent pests, because the pest looking for one particular plant that it likes to eat runs into another and kind of gives up the ghost. Along this border that you see that I've done here, this border, I planted zinnias. Zinnias, they look like they're marigolds, so I'm assuming they're in the same family. Zinnias and marigolds, lavender, those kinds of flowers that emit a flavorful, not flavorful, fragrant um, odor, can not only attract bees and help with the pollination of your plants, but also they help confuse the bugs. So the bugs are looking for cabbage, and instead they find marigolds or lavender. And so they leave because they're not finding what they're looking for. And that's because the lavender is masking the odor of the cabbage that they seek. So that's kind of how planting with flowers can help you. And people have done a lot of research on this. I'm very new to this. It's what's important to know is that certain companion plants go together and some don't. So you can't just decide, oh, well, I'm going to plant my broccoli with my lettuce. I don't think those two work well together. So you got to do your research, do your study. You know, I believe in YouTube University, and find out which plants work well together and which don't. Just like with biochar. I've taken an interest in biochar, and that's when you take wood and burn it. I think it's a low oxygen setting. And then you take that wood and you have to charge it, which means let it sit in some compost solution, comfrey tea, something that's going to put nutrients back into the wood that you pull out of the biochar. If you don't, what you've done is through the fire, you've created all these little, think of them like tenement apartments, okay, in the wood, all right? And the good thing about that is that when you have nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, they can find a little home in those little holes in the wood. But if you don't, then what will happen is if you just plant the biochar without charging it, without treating it, it will start competing for the nitrogen in the soil, and it'll compete with your plants. And rather than helping them, it will harm them. And the beauty of biochar is that if you do it right, you only have to bury it in your garden once in a lifetime, because they've dug up biochar from thousands of years ago in the Amazon, and that soil was still black and fertile. So biochar is the bomb. We're going to move to making that after we get our compost business going and the seeds going. Today I was talking to the lady that I leased this plot from, and showing her about how the seeds we plant are all non-GMO heirloom seeds. These are seeds that can last now for generations, because once you plant them and you get great crops, you take some of your best plants, allow those to bolt or go to seed, and then you reap those seeds, save them in a dry place that's not too warm, not too cold. I guess, although I think some people might put theirs in the fridge. I don't know if I'll be doing that. But anyway, and you can use those seeds the next year, the next harvest. And then you do the same process and you have eternal seeds, if you will. Your grandchildren will be able to use the seeds and get the same quality plant that you did. So those kinds of things are important and things we really want to emphasize. I'm just showing you the compost piles now. Do you see them? Thank you, Mr. Tree. Here's number 4 that we just started. Okay. 3 is our champion compost, and I think it's the way we did it with the rounded top. It just sits up very nicely, and that thing gets up to like over 140 degrees. I think it got up to like 152 once. So we like that because that means it's killing off the weed seeds, so we're not giving people compost and also giving them weeds. We don't want that. So we're very happy about this. So what I planted again was corn and beans in this area. I did not remove the plants that were already there. I just don't do that. Next, over here, this bare area, I planted broccoli. So this whole section is broccoli. Okay? Separated by the zinnias along this line. And on the far side, I'm going to plant lavender and lettuce. I'm going to verify that lavender and lettuce do well next to each other, or at least do no harm. And again, the idea is testing, does our compost help the soil and produce healthier plants? Does our companion planting, and I know we're testing 2 different questions here, which is not usually kosher in the scientific world, but give me a break. We're going to check and see if our companion planting can keep down pests and also help each plant do well. So on this far side over here, see that it's all dug up? What happened is told Samuel, I said, Samuel, you know you cannot use compost. Oh, okay. He used compost. So what I'm going to have him do is just plant the corn without the compost. I'm sorry, without the companion planting. He'll just plant corn there, and he'll plant some more corn here. We have yellow and we have white. So at least we can check compost versus no compost, companion planting versus no companion planting. Not the ideal way to do it, but hopefully it's a good start, and we will get some important information that will give us more confidence in what we say to potential consumers about how our products work and what they can expect from them. Okay, I think I've babbled on long enough. I really appreciate you all being on this journey with me. And stay tuned because I'll probably be checking in a lot more frequently now that we have this project going. We should see seedlings within 7 to uh, 14 days. We should see little seedlings come up. And I'll be trying some other tactics practices, I should say, that the Amish have perfected to see if that helps with our plants. So take good care, everyone. Thank you for being here. Enjoy your day. We welcome your comments, your criticisms, your critiques, your suggestions. If you're not a subscriber, please do. We're trying to get to 500, and I think we can do it with your help. And share and comment, share, subscribe, and something else, but I can't remember what it was. Okay. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.